story of the Dolores River starts in southwestern Colorado. In 1765, the river was named by Spanish explorers El Rio de Nuestra Señora de Dolores, the river of the Lady of our Sorrows. The river is about 240 miles long and terminates in the Colorado River. We're going to take a 10-minute journey from the headwaters to the confluence of the Colorado. The area highlighted in green is San Juan National Forest. The Dolores is one of many rivers of San Juan National Forest. The Four Corners region of the United States, being Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah, hold the Colorado Plateau. This is an area composed of high elevation tablelands and mesas. The Colorado Plateau is the source of many western rivers, including the Colorado, where all rivers run out of the plateau towards their Atlantic or Pacific drainages. The headwaters of the Dolores River start between Hermosa and Grizzly Peaks, above timberline, at an elevation near 13,000 feet. The river intersects Highway 145 at High Bridge Hill, just below Lizard Head Pass. Between High Bridge Hill and Rico, the river flows through a subalpine forest of spruce, fir, and aspen trees. The river continues down through the town of Rico, the pioneer mining district that is famous for its gold and silver mining. The town of Rico was established in 1879 and was later a water stop for the Rio Grande Southern Railroad. The Rio Grande Southern Railroad started in Durango, Colorado, went through Rico, Telluride, and ended in Ridgway, Colorado. In the 1970s, the silver from Rico was used to make the famous Rico medallions. There is a book on this on Apple Books. Search for Rico medallions. Below the town, the river flows in a southwest direction, and the forest slowly changes from a subalpine spruce and fir to a semi-arid ponderosa and pinyon pine forests. As in most river valleys, the trees have been cleared to make meadows so grass and hay can be grown, feed for the cattle ranches along the river and in the area. About 15 miles above the town of Dolores is the Stoner Ski Area. The ski area operated from 1951 to 1985. The creation of the Telluride Ski Area was the demise of Stoner. About 10 miles above the town of Dolores is the confluence of the east and west Dolores rivers. The town of Dolores sets in the Dolores River bottom. This is the home of the Galloping Goose, the passenger train of the Rio Grande Southern. Dolores was incorporated in 1900. About 10 miles southwest of Dolores is the town of Cortez. The Sleeping Ute Mountain, which is on the Ute Mountain Ute Reservation, is about 5.5 miles southwest of Cortez. Dolores marks the most southern point of the Dolores River, where the river takes a turn to the north. Just as the river turns north, and below Dolores, Colorado, is McPhee Reservoir. McPhee Reservoir was started when McPhee Dam was built in the late 1970s. McPhee Reservoir covers an area of about 4,500 acres and extends approximately 10 miles down the river from Dolores. Below McPhee Dam, the gradient of the river lessens, meaning that the river slows down and begins to meander as the river becomes more muddy. Going further down the river, near Bradfield Recreation Site, the National Forest turns into BLM land. There is a campground along the river with 22 campsites, all at a first-come, first-served basis. Continuing down the river, we come to the Dolores River Canyon Overlook. At the Dolores River Canyon Overlook, there are 6 individual hike-in campsites that can be accessed by foot only. For more information on camping and hiking, go to the blm.gov site. Near the Dolores Canyon Overlook, the semi-arid pinyon pine forests start to give way to the arid vegetation of sagebrush and other semi-arid pine species. The river meanders a bit, but turns north in a northerly direction towards the Slick Rock area. The Slick Rock area of Colorado has uranium deposits and has been mined in the past. Union Carbide's mill at Slick Rock West began operation in 1957 using a uranium vanadium upgrading technique to process mine from the surrounding area. The Jurassic Wanaka and Morrison formations underlie the Dolores River alluvium at the Slick Rock East site. These formations form an aquitard that inhibits downward migration of alluvial groundwater. Here the Dolores meanders to sandstone formations that is cut through for hundreds of thousands of years. There are multiple layers of sandstone that form gorges of up to 1,100 feet from the bottom of the riverbed to the top of the mesas. Here, the Upper Triassic Wingate Sandstone overlies the Chinle Formation. The Chinle Sandstone is a reddish-brown to grayish-orange cross-bedded sandstone that forms sheer cliffs up to 300 vertical feet. The tiny town of Bedrock marks the Paradox Valley. It is on Colorado Highway 90. Paradox Valley was named in 1875 by the geologist Albert Charles Peel. He noted that instead of flowing down the valley, the Dolores River cut across the middle of the valley, forming the paradox. Here we have the confluence of the silty, muddy Dolores and more clear San Miguel rivers. Below this confluence, the river is still the Dolores River. In this arid environment, the land is mostly covered by sagebrush and other semi-arid shrubs. Now we approach the hanging flume. From Natarita, drive north on Highway 141, just north of the San Miguel River, Dolores River confluence. Stop at the Hanging Flume Historical Marker Turnout. This turnout is a vantage point above the Dolores River and gives you a view of the Hanging Flume. The flume is mounted to rock wall cliffs just above the river. The Hanging Flume was a 13-mile water canal that delivered water from the San Miguel River down the canyon to the Dolores Canyon gold claims. The purpose of the flume was to deliver water down to the gold-rich sediment where sluice operations took place. The flume was constructed by the Montrose Placer Mining Company beginning in 1888 to 1891. The hanging flume starts in the San Miguel River just north of Natarita, Colorado. Now we get to Gateway, Colorado. It's at the intersection of John Brown Road and Colorado Highway 141 and the Dolores River. In the old days, Gateway was just this intersection, but now it's the location of the Gateway Canyon Resort and Spas. As we approach the Utah border, we're now in a high desert environment where the vegetation is mainly the high desert type sagebrush, saltbrush, and maybe even a little bit of rabbit brush. Finally, we get to the confluence of the Dolores and Colorado rivers. It's in Utah, off of Utah Highway 128, which is south of I-70.